everyone, welcome to Elliott Wave Forex.com YouTube channel. Today is May 27 and the chart of the day for today is the S&P 500 futures ES 60 minutes time frame here. So we can see right here we are currently calling this peak as a wave 3 and the pullback here from last Friday. A lot of people said that the pullback was due to the tariff against the European Union. Okay, this pullback and then rally again because it was the tariff is delayed to July. So anyhow, currently we are looking for the last push higher in the wave 5. If you look at the daily time frame, so let me copy this 3 and 4. That's our 3 and that's our 4, and therefore the rally here, actually there is a nest here, so this is a 1 and this is a 2 here. So we're looking for a 5-ways rally from the low here, from the low since April 7th to complete a 5 waves before it does a bigger pullback. Now there's a couple of things that we need to talk about. I think overall indices is not yet totally well defined in terms of the direction. There is still multiple different possible paths, just because the way it is right now, the structure still allows multiple different possibilities. Now I'm gonna talk everything, but first thing first, you notice on the daily here, this pullback due to the tariff war against China especially, that one was a clear 3 waves, right? I mean, there is no question this is a 3 waves. And then if you do the extension analysis, this is only 100% extension, meaning there is no 1.618 extension on the third leg. So we can conclude that this is actually still a bullish market. If this is a bearish market, we would expect the behavior to be something like 1, 2, 3 with extension to 1.618 and then 4 and a 5. If this is a more bearish market, that would be what we expect. But the fact this is only 3 waves and the fact that the third leg no extension to 161.8 and bouncing, that tells us that in the larger time frame, in the larger degree, the market still remains bullish, right? That's number 1 that we want to talk about. Now number 2 is, as you know, we are still unclear. Like I said before, we have several different multiple paths right now, because until we can take out this peak, which is the previous all-time high, we can always say that this is actually, instead of the end of the correction, this could be a W here, ABCW, and this could be ABCX, and then we fail again. Now honestly, that possibility is not totally impossible. It is still possible, and that's why I mentioned there are still multiple different paths right now, just the way it is. Now if though we could really make one more push higher above that previous peak over here, right? If we really can make another leg higher above here, so I think if that happens, you can say, well, okay, then that does kind of look like a 5 ways from the lows from the April 7, and that will increase the odds that we're not going to be doing another collapse like this, right? If we can see one more push higher. As it is right now, you can say, well, this one looks like a 3 way so far, so we can actually fail and do double, which technically is still possible. But I think if we could make one more push higher, one more leg higher, we can increase our chance not to have something like that, right? Increase our chance not to have something like that. So in the shorter cycle, we are now looking the more aggressive view, understanding that there are still a couple of different possible paths, but this is the more aggressive view, calling for more upside to finish the wave 5. Then once that is complete, we can get yet another bigger 3-ways pullback again like this to correct this entire rally from April low. Okay, now shorter cycle, is it confirmed we're gonna continue to go higher? It's not really, because again, this thing here, until it breaks above wave 3, as you know, then the wave 4 low is not confirmed to be in place, we can always do yet a double correction like this, right? We can always do a double correction in the shorter cycle, or we can, even worse, I can call it ABC. I can call it ABC, and then suddenly, not only that you will have a double here, but this can actually become a 5 ways down, 3 ways, and continue to go down like we talked about before, right? So again, couple of different possible paths. I think the best way, guys, to be honest, the best way is really to see or to wait until we get a breakout on the upside and form a 5 ways from the lows. I think that's still the best and safest way, and that will actually eliminate all the other different paths tremendously. In other words, it increase the chance not to have the more bearish view once we can see a 5 ways rally from here. Okay, so in the shorter cycle, like I said, couple of different possible paths. This is the more aggressive view, the more bullish view. Why do we adopt this? Well, because the trend still remains bullish. And how do we know the trend remains bullish? Because it was only 3 waves so far. I mean, from the all-time high to this low in April here was only 3 waves, and we've been going to new high all the time since forever, right? So there's no reason to try to pick the top here in the market. All right, so that's basically what we have so far, and as always, we're going to continue to update this for the members in the member area. If you want to see our service and get more regular updates, feel free to check our service. We have 14 days trial, and the link is in the description of the video. I'll see you all again next time, and have a nice day to you all.